on productivity, the power of daily habit. I want us to read from the book of Proverbs chapter 10, verses 4. The Bible says, lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Diligence talks about continuity and making movement, being consistent. Now, Proverbs 12:24, the hand of the diligent will rule, but the lazy will be put to forced labor. Then the book of Galatians chapter 6:7 says, be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Now, a lot of people confess following God, but they don't understand how to follow God in order to have result. Now, whereas God can do miracles for us, God can give us miracle, you did not contribute to it, but it came to you. That's the mercy of God, the grace of God, or the favor of God brought it to you. God does not expect us to live a lazy life or lousy life or a life that lacks diligence, because that's not how he designed this world. That is why he said, as far as the earth remaineth, that seed time and harvest will never cease. In other words, this circle will continue. One of them will not cease to be and say what's gonna be is gonna be or whatever. But you say this is a circle, this is a pattern. They have to be diligent. And you as a Christian must understand that life is not shaped by occasional breakthroughs, but by the small consistent actions we take daily. Miracles, especially sustainable miracles, especially transgenerational miracles, they come as a result of our daily actions, as a result of being consistent in what God has called us to do. You understand it? It comes as a result of being consistent in that which God has asked us to do. Daily, you find out the culture, you find out the rituals that will deliver the success or the breakthrough that you are asking God for. Now, you continue to engage it on a daily basis. For instance, someone have a health issue that need regular exercise. Now, it is left for you every now and then to be exercising. You may not see the impact of that exercise overnight, but over time, you are going to see it. Likewise, when we feed our children, we don't feed our children daily or from time to time, expecting them to grow immediately. All our responsibility is make sure that adequate food is being provided. There comes a time you notice this guy has grown. It's not how this guy used to be. Something has happened. Now, that is also the attitude that will deliver you consistent miracles. You may not know it, but every day, as far as you are engaged in that routine or that rituals that have been proven to deliver certain success, let me tell you something. It's a question of time. You have your own success with the help of God. Now, let me also establish as we progress, our destiny is a product of our habit, good or bad. Your habit today determines your reality tomorrow. Our destiny is in the hand of God. That is okay. But your destiny is also in your hand of God. More in your hand than in the hand of God. God is out there. The Bible said that I know the thought I have for you, the thought of good, not of evil, to give an expected end. And this is the general statement of God, and this is the general stand of God for all of us as his children. But if you cooperate with God, that is your daily attitude. You are going to have that good thought that God has for you. But if you decide not to, and you form it as a habit, you can, but you decide not to. Let me tell you something. That good thought that the Lord has for you may not actually come to pass in your life, because by your daily attitude, by your daily habit, you are actually inhibiting the possibility of that miracles in your life. So your habit more determines your future. Your habit more. God is part of your future, but your habit plays a role. On the side of God, your future can never fail, but on your side, it can fail. So understand that it's your habit that determines your future, and understand that whatever you are doing daily, consistently, they are the things that will determine your future, not what you do occasionally. Another thing I want to establish, that success is not one-time event, is a product of consistent, intentional daily habits. The Bible says, whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. So success It's not one-time event. It's a byproduct of consistent intentional daily habit. Consistent intentional daily habit. What is your habit? By your habit, you can talk about your future. Listen to me. A lot of people used to say, I have stayed focused, I've done for 1 year and nothing happened. Listen to me. Something is happening. For the fact that the building have not started rising does not mean that nothing is happening. When they want to build high-rising buildings, that the foundation can take time. Somebody who's not building much might have even finished while the other guys are still doing the foundation. Provided you are on the right track, whether it is visible or not, you are making progress. Listen to me. Whether it is, when you are in the minor, some of us, the way we live our life is highly on the negative. So as you begin to make progress, you begin to work on your daily habit, you find yourself on the right path, you have to deal with the minors that you have before. Just like somebody is owing 10 billion naira. Of course, the person can have 10 billion naira, but he's already in the minors. He may not buy new car, he may not buy new house, but money is coming frequently. So don't say it for the fact there's no visible evidence that you are not making progress. You are actually making progress. Remember that success is not a one-time event. It is a byproduct of our consistent intentional daily habit. I also want to add, many people desire greatness, but few are willing to commit to the discipline of daily habit that lead to it. A lot of Christians desire greatness, but one of their major strategies is prayer and fasting, which is very, 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 very important. There's no question about it. But if that is all that you have, you are likely not going to have that success. Listen, one of the things that prayer and fasting does for us is to download strategy for us. Prayer and fasting does not take action for us. It enables us to take action. That's one of the things that it does. And it helps the odds to be in our favor. But if all these things are in place and your daily habit is not in alliance, is not consistent with what God has provided for you, you are not going to get it. You are not going to get it. So get it and get it clearly. You are expected to do your part, to commit to daily discipline that is in line with, for instance, you are asking God for success in your exam. His own is to do for you what you cannot do. He can put strategic places to read in your heart. But if you don't read, you're not going to know it. Greatness is already your portion. Greatness is already your portion. And you have to take action. Fasting have its place. Prayers have its place. But you have your role to play. For the greatness that God has made available and for the greatness that you have desired, your daily habit must correspond with it. Another thing I want you to note before we go deep into this, that it is not about big moves, it's about small consistent steps, especially in this kingdom. Now, if I go back a little, you see Jesus prayed. Early in the morning he will pray. In the morning he will get into action. He has a daily habit, preaching the gospel. He was not praying the people to come. He will pray for them to come. Then he will go out and act to bring them in. But that is by the way. So like I said before, it is not about big moves. It's about small, consistent steps. Some people are waiting to, I don't know why most students are found in this zone. Exam is coming. You are not doing anything about it. And now some days to the examination, you decide to spend all night reading. And that is how you are having all kinds of crises. But leading every day, small bit every day, every day once you come back, like we advised during our own time, and that is still applicable now, that every day you come back from school, revise your notes. Don't dump it, revise your note. That is how you have success. Then during examination, all you have to do is to revise. A lot of people are doing nothing about their success. They are believing that one day one big thing will happen and they will land into big success. Such miracles also even come. Most times that miracle comes to people that are doing their thing as if they are not expecting big miracles. Great miracles come one step at a time. That's what we call tipping point in life. You are doing it small. One day it will become your tipping point. Yeah, something great will happen. So it is not about big moves. It's about small, consistent steps. There is a place for big moves. There are times you must make big moves. But life is not about big moves every now and then. Every now and then. It's not about big moves. It's about consistency. Glory to Jesus Christ. It's about consistency. The next thing is that success is not a goal, it's a habit. He who is faithful in little is faithful in much. It's not a goal, it's a habit. You may set the goal, but your habit is what determines if that goal is going to be actualized or not. Tell me your habit, I'll tell you your goal. Your mouth may be saying one thing, and your habit is saying another thing. You are likely going to end on the path of your habit than the path of your confession and declaration. You have to learn this. Next thing is that the book of Proverbs says, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Jesus himself had habit. The Bible says he went into the synagogue as was his custom. Jesus has habit. His habit is go to the custom, to go to the synagogue. He is a preacher. He goes to the synagogue. Daily habit. And that is why he was an effective preacher. He was an effective healer. He does signs and wonders. He had great success in ministry because he had a positive ministerial custom that delivered into his hand the skills, the strategies for him to do it effectively. You need to understand what the Pharisees are telling these people. Because every day, as his custom, he has a daily habit. Now, before we move on, the Bible made us let's look at this. The key to productivity is not a momentary burst of motivation, but in discipline of daily habit. In the discipline of daily habit. So, it is important. It is daily, it is consistent, it is daily, it's consistent. God have designed life to function on principles of consistency and process. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will never cease. This is a regular activity. It is a seasonal activity, but you must apply and work in those seasons if you must have results. Take it or you take it. Daily habit is what will make you more productive than anything. Now, let me summarize as we move on. Yes, you can't wake up and say, let me eat my daily food now. Or let me eat this week food. Let me eat it today. No. Every day, a bit at a time. Even if you try it, it's going to be a problem to you. You are going to break down. Every day has a quarter of food you are going to eat. In the afternoon, you take this. In the night, you take this. That's okay. You don't make big moves in that area. Say, let me eat all my today's food. I don't want to bother myself again. I want to eat everything I'm going to eat today. I want to eat it in the morning. No, that's not like that. You're not going to be healthy by so doing. So the Bible made us understand that it's important we have a daily habit if we are going to have success. Daniel, the Bible said daily he prays, he opened his window, he prays. You see David worshiped God daily, which built his faith and leadership. Daily, David comes in the presence of God, in studying the word, in prayers, and then the Bible says also Jesus Christ have the same custom. And many successful children of God have a consistent daily habit, weekly habit, monthly habit, yearly habits. Consistency. They know they must do the right thing at the right time, at the right proportion. They understand that, and that is why many of them had magnificent success. Now, why is daily habit important? Why is it important? I've mentioned some of them, but I want us to dive into it in details